deductible in this case. Ornitho and apate. Yes, go again.
50 states for 400, please.
As you might expect. On July 5th, 1985 in St. George.
Utah.
States meets with it again, $5,000 over your nearest rate. The Androscoggin come back. Sanda, Miami Beach, Florida, and has in her mind that she by that one particularly.
I know I'm dating. I've been it forever since they drag it out. Almost. It has been. I know I'm dating. I need one good storyline because they're out for about 5 months.
Some of the other soaps get paid?
It's better than 5 months.
Have you thought of politics at all as something in your future because of the great success you've had on our show? We had a champion.
Who is Della?
Correct.
Crossword clues D for 1,000.
Theodore, 7
Awards for 200.
Ken, who's letters? Yeah.
Let's go to a Dreiser.
Astronauts.
Name the decade.
Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Armstrong. Who was Neil
Dreiser.
Armstrong?
You are correct. To receive
200.
Ford Motors goes public. Dr. Seuss. John Paul J. Treaty is inked. Ken.
What is Dracula?
1980s.
No. Andrew goes public. Dr. Seuss pens The Cat in the Hat. For 2. Andrew.
1940. What were the
1950s. That's it.
Let's go back to awards for 400.
In 1912, the International Committee of the Red Cross for this created a medal named for British woman.
Florence Nightingale.
Yes.
Award 600.
The Thailand People's Choice CBS series won a 2003 Andrew.
What is
reality program? Ken?
What is Survivor?
Yeah.
Awards.
The Hugo and Nebula Award in this genre to writers awards are. Andrew.
What is Awards 1000?
In 1965, this UN Secretary General from Asia became the first to win the Nehru Award for International Understanding. Andrew.
Who was U Thant?
Correct.
Name the decade 400.
Noble's haircuts weren't exactly what I had in mind when I named this decade after me.
Ken? This decade's Douglas debate and the death of Kierkegaard. Ken?
What are the 1850s?
Andrew.
What is
good word for the first to win the name? Edison invents the phonograph. U.S. Grant is re-elected, and Bizet writes Carmen. Ken?
What are the 1870s?
Good.
Decade.
After this, stay with us. Notice the quotation marks, and finally we'll have musical idioms. Andrew.
Musical idioms 400.
It's the action heard here. King in fantasies is said to be doing here. Here. Ken?
Let's go to Shakespeare for 400.
Nym. Stout fellow. The Merry Wives of Windsor. Andrew?
What is Hamlet?
Hamlet, yeah.
Shakespeare 1600.
Who was Falstaff?
You are right.
Music.
Between you and Sanda.
I'll bet it all.
Is to bear the consequences of your...
Shakespeare 800.
Answer. During his brief time on... Ken? Those in this play don't have to worry about memorizing a lot of captain, but he does get the lion's lines.
What is A Midsummer Night's Dream?
Yes.
Shakespeare for...
On palace and church walls across Europe. Sanda.
What are frescoes?
Good.
Art history for 1,200, please.
Take a look, players. The frolic... Ken?
Art history for 1600.
Answer. Ken?
What is Whistling Dixie?
Right.
I'll wager 9,800, Alex.
Whoa, Mark. Today.
I just like art.
Okay.
What is Hamlet?
Hamlet, yeah.
Shakespeare 1600.
Take a look. Georges de la candlelight in the type of painting called this, also a musical term. Ken. Listerine. Ken.
What are brands of mouthwash?
Yeah.
Common Bonds 800.
Coral, crate, moccasin. Sanda.
What are snakes? Please.
Yes.
1,200 bonds.
Quicksilver messenger screened. Ken, back to you.
Common Bonds for 2,000.
The Rhine Valley, together, Vernon and Irene's dance school. He also said, do for you, we can do for the freedom of me even. Ken.
Who is John F.
Kennedy?
K-Team for 800.
On October 6th, 1951, Ken. It itself. And 9.
You are magnificent.
During his brief time on stage, Curtis of your action.
Who the piper?
Good. 4,000. Dr. Butts shows up for a couple of lines with Cranmer and this title king. Ken.
Who's Henry VIII?
Good.
Let's go to art history for 400.
6th century BC Greece must have characteristic of its sculpture. Ken and Mark today.
I just like art.
Okay. This style broke the world into fragments. On in his run. This goes back to the early 90s. Way to go. 30 grand. Just like that.
Art history 1,000, please.
Take a look. Georges de la Tour mastered candlelight in the type of painting called this, also a musical term.
Common bonds for 400.
Scope, Lavoris, Listerine.
What are brands of mouthwash?
Yeah.
Common bonds 800.
Coral, Crate, Brother and the Holding Company. Ken.
What are rock bands?
Yeah.
Common bonds for 16.
Prospective.
What are...
The easy things is it doesn't matter how you dress.
And you don't have to engage in that
What are things with castles?
questioning attitude that some students have.
Oh, I don't know.
What are things that are screened? Screened.
Florida, Sanda Kurtz, an online high school teacher from Lake Elizabeth, California.
Allie, a chessboard. Vernon and Ken, back to you.
Common bonds for 2,000.
Alex Trebek.
For 800.
Hey, dude. Androscoggin, northeast of Brunswick. Ken.
What is Maine?
Maine, good, and that takes you to 7,200. A big
The easy things is it doesn't matter how you dress.
feared. You don't have to engage. Ken.
What are things with castles?